Welcome or welcome back to the show. I'm Anna, and you're watching Anna Speaks Out. Thanks for being here. Hello, everyone. So, just a couple days ago, this past Sunday, I had the privilege of getting a little spot on the latest live stream of Jason Kohne's channel, No White Guilt. And we had a quick conversation about our shared passion for white well-being without being hateful towards anybody else, because there's no reason that that is ever necessary. And, you know, it reminds me of how the Bible says to speak the truth with love. So I just wanted to share that conversation here. Enjoy. Also, if you would like to bless your father or any other fathers in your life this month with a special gift, stay tuned till the end to find out how to do that.
We will have a swash through. They're always glorious. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for a swash through Anna Charity. Anna Speaks Out. Her screen name. It's great to have you back, sister. What's been going on? And first of all, introduce yourself to the folks who might not know who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Anna. I started on YouTube in 2019, but it's been a tough journey, and I've thought about giving up a lot because it's really hard to grow.
Yeah.
Because I've always just like said everything that I thought, and I got videos deleted and people angry at me and all that.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I'm pretty outspoken. Henceforth, the name Anna Speaks Out.
Nice. And what kind of subject matter do you cover?
Well, it started basically when I first started, I was like a huge Trump fan, like a fanatic. So talked about like all the basic like Republican politics, like kind of surface level probably. I was really mad about like all of the illegal immigrants coming in and stuff. I was like kind of probably had a little bit of anger issues actually back then. But yeah, I didn't like all that stuff. That they did it illegally, and maybe it wasn't really even like maybe they weren't actually going to die in their country and they just wanted like a better life, all that stuff.
Right.
Anyway, since then I covered like a lot of the BLM stuff when that was happening. Like I even went down to San Diego downtown to like see the actual aftermath, so that was cool, in a certain sort of way. And I just sometimes I'll even just do random stuff. Like recently, we ended up at this Old West museum in the desert here in California, so I just made a video of that. Every once in a while, I've sung songs. I have ADHD, so like I like to keep things random and fresh. But yeah, I'm conservative, I'm Christian, so everything is from that perspective.
Nice. And I see you are on Rumble, but you're also on YouTube, right?
Yeah, I'm on Rumble as My Thoughts and Songs, and on YouTube as Anna Speaks Out.
And what recently have you been working on or thinking about working on?
Yeah, I just made a little thing about Father's Day. Like, I think it would be cool if people had favorite stories about their fathers that they wanted to share publicly and like anonymously, just to like uplift good fathers, because I think they're the backbone of strong societies. And that's why Marxism wants to destroy families.
Yeah.
The gay agenda and all that. And I do see all the time, because I've been watching TV recently because we've been in hotels. We don't have it at home, but I noticed like all the commercials with black and white couples only usually. Yeah. And usually it's like the man who's black.
Yeah.
Like if people want to do that, whatever, it's their life, but like I just don't like it being so obviously pushed like it's the only good thing.
Yeah, precisely. It's clearly an anti-white agenda. People are making that decision again and again and again.
Yeah.
And so that's understandable.
Oh, and sorry.
No, please. Go ahead.
I recently covered the that city bike Karen incident from New York. If you're familiar.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, I had a lot of thoughts about that, so that video did pretty well. Yeah, so we covered things like that.
Fantastic. Is there anything anything you want to get into or you're thinking about getting into?
I was
or are you looking
thinking
for
about
suggestions?
Yeah, suggestions are always good. I know this month is PTSD Awareness Month, or there's at least a day dedicated to that. So my husband was a Marine and I have PTSD from an abusive relationship, so I should probably make something about that. I did last year.
Yeah, that would definitely, a lot of people suffer,
Yeah.
and that would absolutely be something that I would reach a bunch of people. And the fact that you're sharing, I mean, folks, if you didn't see me, Anna made this absolutely glorious. It's over on
Oh, yeah.
your Instagram. No, it was a YouTube short, right?
Yeah.
Absolutely glorious testimonial that I shared
Yeah.
for White Wellbeing. Tell us about that. Tell us how that came together.
Oh, you were saying that, the people who are pro-white, who are like actively against other races, are not helpful. It's just more negativity, basically. And that
Precisely.
if you're not happy with just promoting white well-being, if there's some other negative agenda beyond that you don't align with that. So I thought that was good, because I do see a lot of people on the internet who are hateful towards other races, and yeah.
Yeah, and that's obviously not going to go any. So you were turned away by hearing that sort of thing from being able to stand up for white people, right?
Well, I remember noticing anti-whiteness a few years ago. I just saw a lot of stuff about what white people can do better and why white men suck and all, all this stuff.
Yeah.
And it really bothered me. I think, like, because I went through abuse personally, I was like, this is abusive,
Right.
this is wrong, and it's really not cool. So like, it made me sad and angry. So yeah, I'm happy to talk about it now. But I have met personally people who are just kind of hateful, and it did kind of turn me off from, like, it made me a little nervous about like pro-white people, because a lot of them were like just hateful. So
yeah,
but yeah, so this movement is like the best of both worlds. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what we're talking about, that good, normal, productive, smart, creative white people. They see what's going on in the world. I mean, you were just saying, they see what's going on in the world, and they're like, it's this endless war on white people. What can I do about this? Are people talking about this? And then you show up where people are supposed to be talking about that, and instead they're saying endless negative things about every other race on the planet.
Yeah.
And which is like, and we're talking about creating or making an argument that leads to certain conclusions that are inescapable. And of course, when you say that this group or that group is all bad, then the only conclusion that can be derived from that is, well, then they have to be gone. And then it's just by what means are they gone? And that is the vast majority, almost all, in fact, of normal, good, creative, intelligent white folk. When they run into that, they turn around and they run away as fast as they can. They don't feel that in their heart, and it's just an ugly place to be.
Yeah, like I had this one friend who said, like, America should be pretty much like all white, everybody else get the F out. And I wanted to talk to him about it, just to understand, like, why do you think like that? But then eventually I was like, I can't be friends with this guy. He makes me feel sick inside. Because he's like, yeah, all black people are stupid. And
when people come to these, well, first of all, they're not like workable. They're like these unhealthy wishes. They're not something that you can work with. They're not something you can work toward. It's a very selfish, individualistic thing, because as I've mentioned before in the past, when a person says this, what they're saying is, the world isn't good for me because of this obstacle. And so everybody, we have to get rid of this obstacle for me. And they might try to cover it up. They might try to say, well, it also makes it bad for other white people. But you can clearly see where it's coming from. And that is that I find this to be an obstacle for me. I find it objectionable, and my life will be better if it's gone. They're wrong. Their life isn't going to be better if it's gone, because it's not, as we've been pointing out in this gathering, it's not a group. It's not a racial group. It's not a religious group. It's not a power group or an elite group. It is an ideology of anti-whiteism that moves and infects and lives in anyone and everyone, like a demon passing from one to the next. And that's what you have to address then, but when you come, and it's a great example, Anna, and so wonderful that you made that video. Everybody needs to be sharing it. By the way, especially, I mean, she comes over here and it's a perfect example, and we've seen so many times of how when a normal white person shows up and they come to a white sympathy and they hear these things that don't comport with their heart, which is like harming other groups of people. That's the only conclusions that can be drawn when you make these arguments about how they're just all awful from top to bottom, left to right. And not only that, it doesn't comport with your heart and spirit, but it's also potentially a legal issue for you. Are you going, you got this wonderful little baby we heard for a moment in the background. Are you going to somehow get in trouble because you're associating with these people that are talking about get rid of all of them, you know, with the tough talk, and going to be separated from your child? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just saying that's a good point. Like, it's dumb to put yourself in harm's way like that, or your family.
Yeah, who will actually do that? What kind of person would put their children? Would you? Let me just ask, like, generally to the entire community. Who would? What kind of person would put their children at risk of being taken by Child Protective Services or being separated from their children by law enforcement? Would you want to be associated with somebody that's fine with that? I wouldn't. You know, I want people that you know, really care about their families and want to do the right thing so that their children grow up in a world that is safe for them. But we'll have you back on for a featured interview spot. But we're just swashing through. Any final thoughts before we let you go?
Not off the top of my head, but just I really appreciate coming back here, being able to be live with you.
Cool. It's great to have you back, and we're definitely going to have you real soon. But we'll let you go right now, and we'll get back to the gathering. All right?
Sounds good. Sounds good. Thanks again.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Drowning in the argument, the anti-white says, what exactly is anti-white? You have got to be animated with the righteous passion of reclaiming our destiny. We are the heroes of this era.
As I mentioned at the beginning, if you would like to bless and uplift any of the fathers in your life this month, we have several designs in the merch store that will be linked in the description. And you can use code DADSDAY, DADSDAY, to get 10% off of your entire order. Thank you so much and have a great day. Thank you again so much for being here today. Please don't forget to click the thumbs up and share with somebody else who would also find it interesting.
Her YouTube channel, and please click on over there, click follow, become a follower. It doesn't take any effort whatsoever. Ring the bell, click the little bell. You need to support her in the work that she's doing.
And then I'm also on Twitter as Anna Speaks Out 22.
All right.
Just got on there pretty recently.
Oh, cool. Well, you should be safe there now. You might get shadow banned like yours truly, but you won't be kicked off unless you go off the deep end.
Make sure you're subscribed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.